Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Merino, but you can call me Mac Daddy, and as you guys can tell, in today's video I have an extra special guest, the one, the only figure skater, Miley Cyrus doppelganger, YouTube superstar sensation, Roxette Arisa.
I'm so excited to be here, you guys. I'm so excited to beat this face, a Mac Daddy beat, proper Mac Daddy beat.
So if you guys don't follow Roxette on YouTube or Instagram, you guys absolutely have to. But we did a video a few months ago where I beat her face. We gave her this like goddess like evening transformation moment. And in today's video, we're actually gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do a little bit more of like a romantic, fresh approach to this glam. Just really, really perfect for the springtime. And I'm super excited because we're gonna be using my brand new Ethereal Bloom palette, which is available right now on artistcouture.com. So I'm really excited to just create like a beautiful look on Roxette with this palette.
This palette, like you guys are gonna be shooketh, okay? It's so beautiful from the packaging to the inside. I cannot wait to have it all over my face.
It's gonna be everything. Before we move on, make sure you guys thumbs up this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. What else? Subscribe, thumbs up.
Comment down below.
Leave a
comment
comment.
down below.
Leave a comment, obviously, and let's get started. Alright, so we just finished doing Roxette's hair. We're gonna do a little bit of skin. I always like to start off by prepping with a little bit of this watermelon glow mist. This is from Glow Recipe. You guys know that this is my jam.
So good. You introduced me to this and I love it.
Doesn't it just remind you of like a Jolly Rancher, like a watermelon one?
It's so good.
Take it all in. Take it all in. So I'm gonna go in with this plump serum. This is also from Glow Recipe. This is just gonna give Roxette a really, really nice, beautiful glow to her skin. So these products that are just gonna really make her skin look really nice and dewy and glowy is just gonna really just make her look even more fresh. So I'm gonna go in with the little eye cream. This is from NARS. This is actually a little hidden gem. A lot of people I feel like don't know about NARS skincare. This is the Total Replenishing Eye Cream, which to me just gives the skin under the eyes just really, really nice hydration. Just gonna give it nice and smooth, so when we add concealer, it's just gonna look really nice and smooth. So now for her foundation, I'm gonna go in with my go-to. This is my RCMA cream foundation, and of course, we're gonna apply it with a beauty blender. And I like to just go into the little pod straight with my beauty blender, and we're literally just going to stipple this all over her skin.
This is actually one of the products that when we were doing our last glam, I was like,
did you end up buying it?
yeah, I did.
You did?
I bought the full palette actually.
They're,
and like,
yeah, they
it's
have
bomb.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It creates just such a nice, even base. I feel like I always learn a lot of tips from Angel when he does my makeup too. Like write this shit down. No, seriously, write it down though. Take notes.
So I'm feeling good about the skin. We're gonna add a little bit of concealer. So I'm gonna actually use two different concealers. I'm gonna use one first just to kind of correct a little bit more and just really even out and brighten her under eyes. And then I'm gonna go in with one that's slightly lighter to just kick up the brightness even more. So for those of you guys that follow Artist Couture on Instagram and all of our social medias, we actually tweeted and asked you guys to send us some questions that you guys would like to know about either myself or Roxette or just like us together. So I believe we have a few questions that we're gonna answer as we're doing this glam. And if you're not following Artist Couture on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz, make sure that you guys do. So really fast, you guys, before we move on, I'm gonna set this under eye with my RCMA powder. You guys, this is literally
the biggest draw I've ever seen in my life.
This is industrial, okay, size. They actually sent this to me because I love this stuff so much. So yeah, this is what we're using today for Ross's under eyes.
Okay, so first question we have from someone is, what are some things that you have done for your mind, body, and soul to help you during quarantine?
Ooh.
Such a good question.
Do you want to go first?
Okay, so I feel like for my mind, I've been trying to meditate a lot more, and I do a lot of affirmations. So like, I do it with my morning skincare because it's just like a nice time for me to like, you know, like it's like a beauty ritual, and I'm making myself feel good. So one of my most common ones that I say is like, I am a goddess. I can handle anything that comes my way today.
Ooh.
And like, I really try to empower myself
That
right
is
at the Not the ethereal bloom! Not the ethereal bloom!
I was grabbing the palette because I'm like, you are a goddess, honey. She is ethereal!
Honey, there was a reason I came here today. No, yeah, but I feel like honestly,
I really love
affirmations help me so much. Just set my day off right, and I love doing things like that where it like makes me feel so elevated and like on top of my game and whatever. So I love doing that for my mind. For my body, I mean, I try to work out. I'm not always successful, but I love Pilates. I love doing a stretch at the end of the day is actually really nice, and it makes you feel good even if you're not like, you know, doing ab exercises or anything like that. But I've been actually really trying to take care of my body, like eat healthier, make healthier decisions, have balance in my life, do a little stretch, do a little Pilates. And then for my soul, one thing that I found that helps my soul so much is being more organized and actually taking care of my home.
Yeah.
Like that was not a thing for me before quarantine, and now I feel like I can't live without trying to stay organized and doing little things around my apartment just to like make it feel like a home, you know, and make you feel comfortable and safe and like, yeah, so those are my things.
I love that.
I love the way you set my under eyes though, by the way.
Period.
Like honestly, no one does it like Mac Daddy does it.
Period. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. This is from NARS. This is one of their brand new matte bronzers. This is in the shade San Juan. And we're just gonna add a little bit of warmth. I'm gonna obviously contour her cheeks a little bit, but I really just kinda wanna focus the warmth more around like the perimeter of her face to just make her look nice and sun-kissed.
Okay, next question is, how did you guys meet?
I don't even remember. I feel like we just like became friends. Like I don't remember.
I just woke up one day and you were like in my life.
I don't remember the exact moment, but I feel like it had to have been at like an event.
I think it was like, was it a brand trip, you think?
Maybe.
Okay, so before we continue with skin, I'm actually going to add blush to her face. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on the blush, so that's why I want to kind of do that piece of the makeup now, so that when we move on to like the eyes and all the other parts of the makeup, I can better assess the balance that I want to have since we are adding a little bit more blush. So the way that I like to apply blush is I like to do a little bit heavier on the apple of the cheek and then slightly start to brush it back, almost as if you were blending it into the bronzer a little bit as you're applying it on the face. It just gives it a smoother blend and transition, and it just makes it look a lot more seamless. Okay, so now that we've laid down this blush, I'm gonna use this Dragon Beauty translucent powder. This is actually her transformation setting powder in the shade yellow. And we're gonna use this to just kind of clean up the contour lines underneath where we've laid down that little bit of that bronzer and that blush, just to give us a really nice, clean, kind of more sharp effect, if you will. This is also really, really great if you ever maybe take your bronzer a little too far down and you kind of want to like bring it up, because if you take your bronzer too far down, it can make your face look a little bit longer. So this is a really great way to kind of like help correct that, to just really make sure that your cheekbones look nice and snatched and nice and lifted. We are also going to contour her nose a little bit. I'm actually gonna go in with this shade from my Supreme Nudes palette. This is the shade Nudist. It honestly is one of the best shades that I like to use when contouring the nose.
You told me about this one last time and it's so good. Like,
have you been using it?
Yeah, I've been using it to contour the nose, and it's like the perfect natural but still snatchable shade.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to go overboard.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so good, because you can really go in and like
really
fine tune it. Yeah.
I'm glad you use it now. And I like to go in with like a fluffy blending brush so that it's not too aggressive as far as like the actual application. Still makes it look nice and soft. Now we're just gonna snatch up this nose, just gonna clean it up a little bit to just really make it look nice and snatched.
Okay, so this next question is for Roxette. And they asked, how does working with Artist Couture inspire you to be a better artist?
Ooh, the tea. I feel like it's a combination of things. I actually purchased Artist Couture way before I knew Angel, because I was
remember
obsessed.
This story.
Yeah, like legit obsessed with the Diamond Glow powders. And I think what's so cool about Artist Couture and what you've done with Artist Couture is that you really push boundaries. Like, seriously, no, I'm actually being dead serious though. The Diamond Glow powders, like, those were the first really like blinding highlights that I knew of, and like they were amazing, and it just made me so excited to play with makeup. And I think you've done that with every launch that you have done, is you push the boundaries. Like when you're coming out with a palette, it's like a whole moment, you know what I mean? It's like not just the pigmentation, the shades, it's the vibe, it's the campaign, it's the palette itself, like the actual component, the packaging, like everything it creates such a vibe. I don't know, I have no other words. Vibe is like my most used words in my in my dictionary, but yeah, it's like that. It's like the formula, the vibe, pushing the boundaries. Like, yes, Artist Couture, yes, Angel.
Boundaries.
Yes, boundaries.
Oh, you're the sweetest. I swear, you guys, I did not.
I really mean that, though. I really mean that. I really do mean that.
Alrighty, next question is, what songs are on your playlist when you want to get ready and just vibe?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I feel like I know what's on your playlist.
Miley.
Miley, yeah, for sure, Miley.
Dude, honestly, the new album, so good.
Plastic Hearts?
Plastic Hearts, so good, so my vibe. But like, yeah, no, I listen to that on repeat, like every day of my life.
I feel like Miley is
Yours is
What,
Ariana! I knew you were
Yes,
gonna say
yes,
that. I
yes,
knew you were
yes,
gonna
yes,
say
yes.
that, Ariana.
Yeah.
You listen to Ariana like over and over and over, right?
Stop. Like everyone at the office hates me at this point. All my friends can't get in my car anymore because all I do is play positions.
Love.
Alright, so for this look, I'm gonna start with the shade Eternity, which is like a really nice, like neutral tone. It's gonna be perfect to blend into her crease, and it's gonna honestly be your best friend to blend any of the shades in the palette. With this fluffy brush, kind of focusing more of this color on the outer corner. This is such a beautiful shade, you guys. Like it just adds like so much depth, and it just literally blends so beautifully. Like I barely like tapped it in there, and I'm already like living
Such
for
a pretty
it.
undertone.
It's like a neutral. It's not
Yeah,
too cool.
it's
not too warm.
Ooh, I like that.
Like I really wanted to make something that felt like a good, just like across the board, like any shade in the palette. Like if you're like, damn, I don't know what to blend it out with, like this is gonna like do it for you.
So cute.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a slightly smaller blending brush because I do wanna get a little bit more precision and just a little bit more detailed application. And we're gonna pick up the shade Flourish and start to just really add this to her eyes. And I'm really gonna round it on the inner corner just to really just give her eyes a nice shape.
Oh my god, the pigment!
Isn't that so pretty?
So pretty. Wait, this is literally Spring Dreams.
Spring.
Spring Dreams.
Spring.
Spring.
Dream. I love this pink. I feel like, have you done pinks like this?
Not too much.
No, right?
Yeah, it's super, super cute. I love when you play with color too. Because
Really?
you just know, like he knows the good,
I do
good
love playing with
combos.
color. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the shade Poppy, which is a beautiful, like metallic pink, almost like a salmon-y tone. And I'm just gonna use this with my finger, which I find is a really great way to apply it. The pigment and the pearls just melt onto the eyelids so easy and so beautifully.
Ooh, hit us with that watermelon. So cute.
Just gonna use spring watermelon vibes.
Little Sour Patch vibe.
Sour Patch moment.
It's just a little Sour Patch moment.
So for her lashes, I'm gonna use these from Mavi Lashes. These are in the style OE4. Just like a nice little pretty wispy pair. I don't want them to like overpower her eyes, so this is like the perfect pair that's gonna be nice and fluffy and wispy for her. Okay, so I applied her lashes off of camera. Before I dust off the bake that's been chilling there, I'm actually gonna highlight her face using my Sexposé Diamond Luxe Luminizers. These are actually available on Sephora right now for 50% off, you guys. They won't last for long, so make sure you guys go grab them. This shade Sexposé is a little bit more of like a pinky champagne tone, so it's really gonna complement all of the shades on her face already.
This is one of my favorite formulas too.
Really?
It's so good because it just like blends in and it creates that really nice wet look.
We're just gonna use this to really highlight the bridge of your nose. This is what's gonna give us that little like, I can't breathe moment, you know?
Ooh. She's snatched.
She's snatching on us. Just a little bit on the high points. Just a tad, love. All right, cool. So now that we got a little highlight going on, I'm just going to dust off this bake. And you guys can see it just creates a nice kind of like defined cheekbone just to kind of bring life back to her skin, we're gonna spray our favorite watermelon glow mist.
The spray.
The spray.
This is spray 772 of this video.
Literally. It's gonna let her skin just really absorb all of it. To finish her eyes, I am gonna add a little bit to her under lash line. And we're just gonna go in with that shade Eternity that we used in her crease first. I still want her eyes to look really nice and fresh. This is just gonna add a little bit of contrast without it being too much.
I feel like this shade is gonna be like my go-to.
Like
the everyday, the pop it up with a little pop of color, the everything.
All right, so just gonna add a little bit of mascara using my favorite MAC Extended Play.
This is it for especially the bottom lashes.
Especially, not that you need it, but we're gonna look up for me a little bit. I'm gonna just coat like the front part. So it's really gonna bring this together, especially since we kept the under lash line a little bit lighter, because I want like the under eyes to just look fresh. I think it's just gonna add like the perfect little touch to really like bring the eyes together for sure. Alrighty, now I'm gonna line her lips with this MAC lip liner. Had a little lash on it.
Was that one of my bottoms?
I think it was. With this MAC lip liner in the shade Hover, just to give her lips a little definition.
This is actually one of my favorites because it's like a good brown undertone,
but
rose,
like mauve-y,
yes,
rosy,
like rose
rosy.
mauve vibes. Yeah, it's really good. I love MAC lip liners.
So to complete this look, I'm gonna go in with this Sugar Baby Diamond Lip Tease lip gloss. I just want the lips to just feel really nice and fresh, and I love the pearls in this gloss. It's really gonna complement the eyes. So I'm just going to lightly just apply this onto her lips. This is one of my favorite glosses, especially like in the sun, you guys. It looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it really does.
It is so bomb.
They're just every shade has such beautiful reflex. This one's kind of like a pinky lilac-y reflex.
It is. It has like a little pink as a little lavender, and it's gonna be perfect with like the eyes and just like the overall vibe of this makeup. Alright guys, so that pretty much completes this look. I had so much fun doing this makeup look on Roxette. I think you look absolutely beautiful.
No, I'm
You
obsessed.
look so like fresh.
I'm obsessed. It's like the vibes, the tones, the pastels.
She is blooming. She is blooming and thriving. Blooming and thriving. If you guys like this makeup look, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments down below what other looks you guys would want to see using this palette. If you guys are not following Roxette on Instagram or here on YouTube, make sure you guys head over to her channel right now. I'll actually leave the video link, the last video that we did
it was so
on
cute.
her channel in the
It was so
description
cute.
bar in case you guys want to see a more like sexy evening moment. But always one of my favorite faces to Glam.
Aww.
So thank you so much for being here.
No,
with me
thank you for
today.
having me. It was literally such an honor.
Oh, you're the best.
I love you.
I love you the most.
And guys, go get Ethereal Bloom right now. You're gonna love it, okay?
You guys have to go get it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.